everybody, welcome back to The Limit Breakdown, where we break down the latest in movie, TVs, and everything going on in entertainment. I'm your host, MIGS.
And I'm Sid.
And today we're going to be reviewing the latest Marvel MCU TV Disney Plus outing. Yeah, that was a mouthful. But we're going to be reviewing She-Hulk. And our too long didn't watch take on She-Hulk is 3 hearts. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good addition to the MCU. There were some ups, some downs, but I think definitely worthy of checking out. It's on Disney Plus. So stay tuned after the intro for our in-depth thoughts and reviews on She-Hulk.
Hey everybody, welcome back to The Limit Breakdown. Today we're going to be reviewing the new MCU edition, She-Hulk. Whatever that is. I just want to let you guys know there is a She-Hulk filter on, I think, WhatsApp. And it's, on TikTok, and it's hilarious. People have been going crazy. I feel like we need to do that at some point.
Yeah, I think it was pretty great. We can check it out.
Or check it.
Stay tuned to TikTok.
But, so, as an MCU edition, what did you think about it?
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and address the elephant in the room. So like they kind of poked fun at their own narrative here. You know, a lot of people tend to group a lot of the MCU's female characters and kind of hit it with this bigger, I guess, skepticism.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that was kind of a lot of the basis for the storyline in the show itself. You know, people not really being happy with the female version of the Hulk, and you know it was interesting. But I thought that for what the character is, for what she represents in the comic books, and what they brought to the table as far as storytelling, I particularly enjoyed it. I thought that it translated well. They were fairly accurate to the portrayal of her in the comic book. A lot of people don't realize that, you know, the whole third wall breaking or fourth wall breaking is not, you know, exclusively a Deadpool thing. That you know, She-Hulk had been doing it for quite some time before Deadpool came along, and I love how they implemented a lot of those aspects of it. The character, the pace of the show was a little slow to get going, and I thought it was going to be a little bit more action heavy. They leaned a little bit more into the legal drama aspect of it, which I'm not upset about. I thought it was interesting. I'm big Law and Order fan myself, so I liked how they incorporated, and there was a lot of like really fascinating concepts that I hadn't even really thought about, like the legal implications of superheroes. The one that made me laugh the most was the what was it, the
Toad?
No, the guy that was eternal. The guy that could live forever.
Oh, yeah. Immortal Man.
Well, he did that. Yeah, Immortal Man. And how his basic response to confrontation was just to kill
leave.
himself.
Kill himself and leave. Yeah, fair.
So, it was pretty interesting. Like I said, it wasn't a perfect show. I can definitely see some of the complaints. But I feel like I came in with an open mind, and I enjoyed the story that they chose to tell.
Speaking of complaints, here's my thoughts. I actually do like She-Hulk in the comics. I think she's a great character. So in the comics, for anyone that doesn't know, like he said, you know, she breaks the fourth wall. She's actually very comedic every time she does superhero stuff. You know, she adds a little bit of quips in there, kind of like how Spider-Man does as well. And in the comics, she's very open. Everyone knows her identity. She's not only a lawyer, but she's actually a model at the same time. Now, obviously, the TV show took a different spin, which is fine. I love the fourth wall breaks. I think the actress Tatiana, I think she did a great job as Jen Walters.
I absolutely love her. If you haven't seen her in Orphan Black, check that out as well, because that series is phenomenal and it stars her as well.
I want you to check that out. I loved her as a character, or her Jen Walters' character. Her friend, awesome, was really good.
Yeah, the paralegal, she was great.
She was hilarious.
The supporting cast was really well. It was really well cast and really well acted too.
And the overall story, like you said, wasn't really about her being a superhero per se. It's actually the reverse. And she said it in the show. She's like, I don't want to. She's like, just because I have superpowers doesn't mean I have to be in a superhero. I just do what I do, right? Just on the superhero department. So I think the concept of the show I really, really enjoyed. The things that I did not enjoy in the show were, throughout the whole thing, they didn't really build a negative role, right? So there was no clear antagonist.
Okay, I can
which
see that.
You could argue, be like, well, it's not really about that. It's more about the overarching story. But, to me, a good villain, or at least a good antagonist, builds a good story. And in this one, it wasn't really there. Like, now they had... you didn't find out until later was the group.
Yeah.
The hacking group, or the name escapes me right now. But that wasn't until, like, halfway through the season you find out that there is something like that. You have... Titania?
Yeah.
Titania, who we thought was going to be the main villain throughout the show. She does make her appearances, but she just seemed...
She's more of a troll.
She's more of a troll, and, like, in her own way, she's more like a hater type thing, right? Because, like, the whole time she's more like an internet troll. She just does these things to inconvenience Jen throughout the time, and it wasn't really negative. Episode 1, they brought in Emil Blonsky as Abomination, which I thought was going to play a more pivotal role towards the end. Nothing. So one of my biggest gripes, the show did not really have an ending, right? So they're building these things which you expect to connect, and at the end, nothing.
Well, I think that was part of the point. I think that was part of the play on expectations, because they had the false ending, right? They had the false ending, and then she breaks the fourth wall, where she's just like, wait, no, this is stupid. I don't want to do this.
Yeah, which is cool. I respect that part.
So I think it was that aspect of it. Like, yes, in traditional storytelling, you would have had all of these things that interconnect, that lead up to the ending, but I think they changed it in that aspect of her taking, instead of her allowing for this to overtake her. Like, I'm gonna get a little philosophical on here. I think that the antagonist was She-Hulk herself. I think that the entire time she was fighting with herself, fighting to accept that she was both Jennifer Walters and She-Hulk. And I think that rather than having the one douchebag that ran that hater organization, having him get Hulk powers and have him be the antagonist, but rather than that, she's like, no, I'm gonna take agency. I'm going to accept that I'm both Jennifer Walters and She-Hulk, and do this the way that I want it to be done, and not the way that these guys in some random writing room are going to be doing it.
Yeah.
So
I enjoyed that part, right? So the very ending when she's like, I'm going to literally break the fourth wall. I thought it was very clever that she came out of Disney Plus. Hanging on. I thought that was clever. She goes into the studios, and then she's like, I want to see Kevin. And we're like, oh my God. And Kevin happens to be a robot. And then they show the old movies. She literally lays out the plot of all the movies. She's like, this happens in all Marvel movies. Yeah. Why can't this be a little bit different? Yeah. And he's like, I guess you're right.
And she name drops the X-Men.
Yeah, she's like, rooting for you. I thought that part was great. But then right after, she's like, I want this to go away, my love interest, and then they just do it. And I thought that part was kind of weak. Like, they should have been like, okay, let's let's compromise somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So like, hey, let's take his Hulk powers away of the guy, but take Bruce away because that doesn't make sense. But let's still have some sort of either a fight scene or some sort of a climax to the ending, not just.
But
gone.
no, but that was
She ain't Thanos.
That was, I think, the whole point. The whole point was that she wanted to show that not only that she could do things as Jennifer Walters, the lawyer, and defeat the villain that way instead of having to use the She-Hulk powers.
Yeah.
And I think that's mostly what that.
I mean,
I guess. I mean,
I understand. I don't agree.
You'll have to like it, but no.
Intelligentsia was the name of the thing.
Intelligentsia. That's right. I did really enjoy a lot of the cameo work. Wong was great.
Of course, Wong is now in everything.
Madison with a Y, but it's
Madison,
not where you
think. Oh my god, that was. I hated it, but I loved
Madison.
it. Madison with a Y, but not where you think. Oh my god, I loved it. I think the best cameo, Daredevil.
Yeah,
with his
new
classic
suit.
Yellow suit, which is comic book classic.
Yeah.
What's his name? Charlie
Cox.
Charlie Cox did a great job. I think he's a great Daredevil. His cameo was perfect. That whole fight scene of him being in there, phenomenal. And then Jen just goes, poof. I'm just gonna throw people left and right, which was hilarious.
And she made him do the walk of shame.
Yeah, oh my god. And then they do the walk of shame, which was, I thought it was very clever. I enjoyed that episode. It was a great, I think that was my favorite episode.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and Captain America. Yeah. Did you not watch the post-credit scene?
Pause.
Do you not know about Captain America fucks?
Wait. No. There was a post-credit? Oh my god. We're gonna cut this part out.
Go to YouTube, type Captain America.
I wasn't gonna...
Oh, yeah. I think it's the first episode.
It was the first episode?
Yeah.
Oh my god. This one?
Yes.
Steve Rogers did so much for his country and he never got to experience sex. Did you see that ass? Like, that ass did not deserve to die virgin. It's like so sad.
Steve Rogers is not a virgin. He lost his virginity to a girl in 1943 on the USO tour.
Yes, I knew it.
You're not drunk?
Captain America! Fuck!
I did not see that. Damn, what all did I miss? Oh my god. Alright, we can come back. And the break is over. Captain America! Oh my god. That was cool. So yes, so that's why I think a solid 3 works, because there's lots of parts of the show that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Her banter was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Her banter between characters, her banter between the audience.
Yeah.
Was really good. I thought the CGI of CGI Hulk was pretty good. I was a little concerned.
It definitely got better throughout as the season went. Like the first time we watched it, and I don't know if they've retouched it since then, because I rewatched the whole season about a week ago before we did when we were talking about doing this. So I rewatched the season again, and I feel like the CGI is much improved over what it was.
That was really good. Her whole training montages with her cousin Bruce was hilarious. So those aspects of the show I really enjoyed. But there was no like major conflict in the show that I felt that was gripping to be like, oh, I want to keep watching.
Yeah.
That was my only, not my only, but that was one of my biggest gripes. And that's why I say the villain was more important, because there was no something for me to be like, oh my god, I'm looking forward to this in the next episode.
It was definitely more laid out in like a episode to episode basis rather than an overarching storyline. So I can definitely see how it would have benefited from having like a primary antagonist.
Yeah. However, I would date She-Hulk.
Oh, we know. We remember from the trailer.
Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I enjoyed She-Hulk. I think it was a decent watch, and I'm excited for next season.
Same. I'd watch next season. I'll watch it. Beyond that, thank you guys for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the video. Check us out on all of our different podcast platforms, on here on YouTube, on TikTok, all the other things. So we appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you next time with our next review.